Okay, so we now move into this second area of national insurance, part two. And here, as mentioned, what we're going to deal with is basically self-employed individuals. So we saw from part one that really there's only two classes that are relevant, class 2 and class 4. And again, I will refer to the tax tables at the end of this particular section, don't worry. So let's deal with class 2 first. Basically, payable by the self-employed between 16 years old and state pension age with earnings over these levels. Note that in terms of the numbers that are relevant, in other words, the bands, the limits, etc., it's all in the tables. We don't need to memorize this stuff at all. So that's class 2. Outside of that, class 4, again, 16 and up, payable by all individuals who are registered as self-employed. Okay? So more of that in a moment, but this particular area here, this little image I thought was quite useful. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. I do like these diagrams that they include within the study hub. I think they're excellent, just little revision tools. So here we've got a little contrast between the two, yeah? And indeed the various rates. Now, again, don't worry, all of this information is within the tax tables, which is available to you in the exam. So it's just a good idea just to have a quick scan at this. Now, as mentioned, we'll look at the tax tables in a moment, but you know, for some of this information, yeah, it's often handy to know it in advance rather than having to refer to the tax tables. I mean, simple things, for example, it's not that difficult to remember class 2, 345 per week. It's not that difficult to remember that the percentages go from 0 to 9 to 2 or 0 to 12 to 2. Now, I'm not saying memorize everything that's in the tax tables, why would you? But I'm just saying get familiar with the numbers, because you may well find you can save time in the exam by maybe not having to refer to the tax tables, if you understand my drift, okay? So, in essence there's the contrast. We've dealt with employed, we've dealt with self-employed. What about the whole deal in relation to the tax tables? Bear with me 1 second. So here's the tax tables that we know bottom left of screen in the CBE platform that you could bring up, okay? So if I'm in the exam and I'm thinking, okay, here we go. We've got a national insurance question, yeah, that involves calculations. And, you know, mark my word, take my word for this, that broadly speaking, 90%, I would say, of all national insurance questions, yeah, are calculations, yeah. They literally involve you using the percentages and the rates that is in front of you right now. 90% of the questions, whether or not it's section A, B, or C, okay? So what you can see here is everything in terms of numerical information that we've touched on, and indeed more, yeah? We've got all the rates, yeah? We've got the classes, we've got employee, employer, you know, everything's split down for us. This is, if you will, manna from heaven, yeah? Now, the reason that I labor this point about the tax tables is I do see students in mock exams and in questions getting these questions wrong. And, you know, with respect to them, I can't see a reason to get national insurance calculations questions wrong, because all it is multiplication and subtraction and addition. There's nothing to it, absolutely nothing to it. Okay, so I hope those two short videos made sense on chapter 10. I didn't dwell on the chapter too much because for me, it's, if not the easiest chapter in the whole TX syllabus to learn or to understand, then it's one of the easiest. So I hope that made sense, and I hope that your studies are going well. Thanks for listening.